It is the worst fish drawing ever. Wow. Is that necessary? I don't think that's necessary. I don't think it's necessary. Welcome back, everybody. Now today I'm back with 3 kind of interesting products. I'm not sure how useful they are, but we're gonna find out in today's video, starting with the Hershey's S'mores Maker. Let's take a look at this Hershey's Build-A-S'more. I bought this on sale for $5 at CVS. Usually it runs about $10. There seems to be a similar version called the S'mores Buddy out there. They say it's a mess-free s'mores maker. Let's crack it open. I thought that was instructions, it's just a label. Kind of cheap plastic, maybe worth $5, 10, I'm not sure about that. The instructions are here on the back. Now they say you just load it up with graham crackers, add half a Hershey's bar, add a toasted marshmallow, and close. It's funny, on the packaging in 2 places they say food not included. Food not included. So it doesn't really seem like there's very much to this. I guess you just compile it there and fold it. I mean, I'm a little bit skeptical, but maybe it'll work. Let's clean this off and then get started. All right, I've read over the pretty minimal instructions and here we go. First thing you're supposed to do is open the Hershey's S'mores Maker. Then what we're supposed to do is load each one of these compartments with a graham cracker. And on the top part here, there's a little clip here that comes down and holds it in place. That's funny. So I think that's what we're supposed to do. And this one comes down and holds the graham cracker in place. I guess it's held in place. We're on a roll here, let's keep going. Next up, place half of a Hershey's bar on the bottom part. It has to be Hershey's because this is a Hershey's S'mores Maker, otherwise it'll just mess the whole thing up. All right, placing half of a Hershey's bar onto the graham cracker. That is what we've got so far, we're on a roll. Next up, time for the marshmallows. I've got a couple of lightly toasted marshmallows here. These are kind of small marshmallows. All right, so now what we're supposed to do is gently close the unit. And it just fell. It just fell, come on now. Try this again. Gently close the unit and squish the marshmallow. Doesn't sound very good. Now we're supposed to open these tabs and voila, we have it. One cracked. Pull one of these out of here. I mean, they say it's mess free. I got marshmallow on my fingers. But I mean, is that necessary? I don't think that's necessary. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, I guess it's kind of fun to use in a certain sort of way, but maybe it's mess free. It's total gimmick. Total gimmick here. But you know, maybe little kids might use this and not get as messy or something. I don't know. There's a little bit of a fun factor to it, but I don't know. Let's try this out. Well, gimmick or not, that's still a pretty good s'more. I'm gonna say it's not necessary, but I would like to hear what you guys think about that. Next up is a product I had some requests for, I saw going around last year, and this is the Boon Glo Nightlight. Well, actually, I don't think this is the Boon Glo Nightlight, but let's see how my test went. All right, so this is what I got in the mail. I already got problems with this. First of all, the package is just ragged looking. Look at that, it's like someone stepped on it. And then also there's like these blank spots in the packaging. Where's the logo at? It doesn't, nowhere on here does it say it's a Boon Glo Nightlight. It seems like they took maybe the original packaging and just erased the logos off of it. Why would there be a big blank spot right there? Nowhere on here do I see the Boon name, so it looks like they must have just taken it off. But I'm gonna review it. The Boon light you can't really find. It's out of stock everywhere. I'm not sure if they even make it anymore. It's not even on their website. So even though this is clearly a counterfeit, I'm gonna review the counterfeit. Let's do it. Open this ragged box and hope it didn't get broken. By the way, it took me a month for this to arrive. Interesting shrink wrap on there. That's kind of different. We have, something must have fallen out of there. That's not good. And here's the charger. No instructions. Are there instructions on here? I guess the instructions are on the box itself. This just seems so wrong and so counterfeit. All right, so I paid $60 for this and it took almost a month to arrive. Now I saw this going around kind of heavily online last year, but it looks like it's been around for a long time. I just never saw it before. And this certainly does not seem to be a legitimate version of it. I don't even know how it varies from the real thing. But like I said, the Boon website doesn't even have a listing for this anymore, so this maybe a counterfeit's all you're gonna find anymore. The claims are that it's a multicolored nightlight for kids, includes removable glow balls that act as a portable light. They say they'll glow up to 30 minutes after being removed from the base. There seems to be some sort of a slider switch here. Let me just try plugging this in and see what we got here. I'm just kind of curious. There's a place for the cord right there, it looks like. All right, it's plugged in. Do I have it? I have nothing yet. Let's see. Oh, I got a little bit of light. Let me turn these lights off. Let me try this once again. So I do the slider here. All right, so the way the slider looks like it works is you move across here and you just basically stop whatever color you get to that you like. And if you move it all the way over, it's gonna rotate through all the different colors. Let's take one of these off here. I guess these are gonna have to kind of charge up if they're glow in the dark, because right now, I'm not seeing much. The nightlight part is working pretty well, so we'll have to try this a little bit better later and see if I can get these balls to glow, because right now, it's only been there for a little bit. They're not glowing. All right, so I kind of let these sit here for about an hour, just with this light on. So let's see how it actually looks when I turn the lights back off. I mean, once again, it looks nice like that, but let's turn the light off and see if we actually get some glowing here. Wow. If it's glowing, it's not glowing very much. You would think it would be glowing a little bit. Let me shine a flashlight on this thing. If I light this thing up, maybe with a flashlight, will I get it to actually glow here? Maybe the light in the unit's not bright enough. Let's see. We see a little bit of glowing. I mean, that's kind of what you want it to look like. I'm using a UV light that I use to hunt scorpions with. That's what you want it to look like. When I take it away, it kind of glows for a few seconds. The UV light seems to be the best bet there. It glows, but look how quick that goes away. I'm gonna have to take this into a dark room and see what I can come up with, because right now these glow balls seem like they glow for a few seconds before they go away. Once again, I think this is a counterfeit, but I did pay 60 bucks for it, so let's see what we got here. I'm gonna head to a dark closet. I'll bring my flashlight and my UV light as well with me and see what I can come up with. So let's head there and see what we got. So the darkest place in my house is my closet. I figured I'd go in here and try to shine a flashlight and a UV light in each one of these balls and see what happens. Maybe nothing, but I'm curious. Flashlight in this hand, UV light in this hand. I'm gonna leave it on for a little bit and see what happens. It's interesting how this one's glowing green with the UV light and this one's glowing white. Kind of interesting mood lighting here. I'm gonna wait for about a minute and then see what happens. I wanna say that the UV light, this one right here, ended up being a little bit brighter than the flashlight here. Not much of a difference, but they are fading rather quickly. After about a minute, they're barely glowing. So, you know, I think the one from the UV light's slightly brighter than the flashlight, but they're so dim it doesn't really matter. Let's keep trying. So I still wasn't convinced after trying the studio lights, after trying the flashlights. I wanted to try an extreme test using the bright sunlight in the summertime to see if I can get these to glow for a long time, and here's what happened. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put them right here. Right there for 30 minutes in the blazing sun. Those are not for you, Bailey. No, not for you. Those are not for you. She wants them. 30 minutes, and then we'll see how they look in the dark. Stopwatch is going. We'll check back in 30 minutes. 30 minutes, let's go get them. Let's get them, Bailey. Probably gonna be hot. Oh, they're hot. They're hot. They're hot, 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 hot. Bailey wants them. No, Bailey. We're heading inside. I'm inside, and honestly, they're not very bright. Even after being out in the direct sun for 30 minutes, I've only brought them in here like 10 seconds ago. They're not lighting up anything. I have them up against my shirts. You can't even see them. Like, can you see them lighting up these shirts here? No, because it's so dim. They've been out of the sun for approximately 1 minute, and they've faded to almost nothing already. Very disappointing. I mean, it is an attractive looking piece, and it does provide an ample amount of light, but looking more closely at it, I mean, we already determined these don't really provide much light at all. And inside here, we just have a couple of LED lights. So really all you have is a couple of LED lights and some cheap plastic. 60 bucks? And not even the real thing? I don't know about that. So as stated, I don't think this is actually the real product itself, so I think it's a counterfeit. These balls don't glow very long at all. The original's supposed to last 30 minutes, these lasted about a minute. The Amazon listing says this is the Boon model. I'm not convinced. If I wanted to get one of these, I'd probably go on eBay and find the original, because I'm not sure this is the real thing, even though the Amazon listing says so. And finally, we have the Boogie Board Jot, which is a digital writing pad. It looks a lot like one I tried on Temu about a year and a half ago, but I think that was a knockoff of this. That one was only $5. This is 20. Let's see how my test went. Let's take a look at the Boogie Board Jot. I paid $19 for this. It currently has a 4.5 star rating among around 8,000 reviews. Currently an Amazon's choice. Got some instructions on the back. Got some instructions right here. Exclusive offer nobody's gonna read. And here it is. I thought this was actually a design, but it looks like it's just some markings that got on there inadvertently. Now the claims that it's an 8.5-inch reusable writing tablet that's ideal for quick lists, reminders, family game night, and more. They say you can write with anything. You can use the included stylus, which I believe is right back there. A pen cap, even your fingernail. Push button right here for easy erasing. Let's try erasing these smudge marks on here. Oh, there it went. There it went. First test already. They say it includes a kickstand, which I'm not sure where the kickstand is at. I'll have to find the kickstand, but they say it includes a kickstand. Magnets on the back right here, and a bright display. Strangely enough, this is the second product by the name of Jot that I reviewed. Now, I've reviewed some similar models like this that are pretty cheap, and they didn't really work so well. So maybe this one being kind of the OG will give me better results. So I'll read over these instructions and then get started. Let's take a closer look at this now. There is a included stylus here. It seems a little bit difficult to get out at times, but not too bad here. Supposedly this can be used as a stand. What I'm understanding is that this kind of wedges in those notches right there. So like that. I guess that works. I don't know. I'm not sure I like the idea that much. All right, so let's write in this and see what we got going on. Now there's no on-off switch. This button right here just clears it, but let's see. Do a famous quote here. I agree. I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's not real bright. It doesn't really jump out at you, but it is there. And if you want to erase it, just press this button up here. Gone. No getting it back after you do that. I mean, it seems pretty standard fare. It doesn't seem like there's anything really jumping out at me too much here. But I once had a board similar to this, and they said you could not leave it written on for more than 24 hours or it would burn an image into the screen. This particular product is not saying that, so I'm gonna have to maybe write something, leave it for a day and see what happens. But before I do that, they do have a Jot app. So they say the first thing you're supposed to do is just draw something in your Jot. I'm gonna make a grocery list here to put milk, eggs, and bacon. Standard grocery list here. Now here's the Jot app. You're supposed to press this plus here. Oh, it scanned it. It says milk, eggs, and bacon. So now what do I do? So my options here are to share, rescan, and save. So share it, you can actually just share it like a text message or something. Save, you can just save that. I've saved my creation. Let's take a look. Well, yeah, in my photos is that. That's kind of cool, I guess. That way, if you have a creation that you make, you don't lose it. But what's weird is that this is black and white, and this is like black and green. So if I make a drawing here, let's see, my famous fish drawing here. It is the worst fish drawing ever, but I'm just messing around here. There's a sun, maybe birds flying by. Beautiful, right? Artistic. Let's try scanning this one. And there we have it. Oh, it saved it. It did save it, and I'm going to save that drawing. Perfect. All right, so the app's kind of basic, but I guess it allows you to at least save them. That's kind of cool. Let me run this one more time. I'm going to leave this up for 24 hours and just make sure it doesn't burn into the screen here. So I'm just going to make a random list of anything. As seen on TV, Sony camera. I'm just writing down things I happen to see nearby on my table here. All right, so there's my list. There is my list. My list is going on in the kitchen. All right, it is stuck to my fridge. I'm going to come back tomorrow, erase it, and see if anything stayed behind. It shouldn't, but we shall see. All right, here we go. It's been there for like 4 days now. Now for the big reveal. Will it screen burn or not? And it did not, so we are good to go. I didn't think it would, but one of the other models did, so now we know it should be fine. So in the end, I think it works pretty well. I can see how you'd have some use for it. It seems kind of situational though, but 20 bucks, that seems kind of steep for this. Well, that's it as far as these go. I'm not sure if any of these are really necessary. They all kind of seem like novelty products to me. If I had to pick the best of the bunch, I'd say this, the Boogie Board Jot. This one I might be able to use. I'm gonna put it on the fridge and see if I find a use for it. Maybe I'll use my shopping list for this. I can't see use in the s'mores maker very often. It does work, but it's certainly a novelty. And this one's clearly a counterfeit, even though the Amazon listing says it's from Boon. I don't believe it. I'd rather go on eBay and get the real thing. But that's all I've got. If you've tried any of these products, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.